Test, test, test. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Let me know how we sounding. You know, it's crazy. Like, I don't even be clearing my voice, but every time I do that shit, it be acting like I be clearing my voice, but that's like the mic I'm muting. Let me see how we sounded really quick. Appreciate y'all liking the lives. Y'all hop up in here. Got a new video dropping for y'all later on today. Got a new trade breakdown. If y'all was in yesterday's live, a lot of charts ended up going as projected, not just in yesterday's live, but literally from the beginning of this week. Again, yesterday's Friday. But if y'all have not already, hit that first link in the description and watch the Sunday chart analysis. Like I always tell y'all, the Sunday chart analysis goes over not just what we see price doing Sunday night going into Monday, but what we see price doing throughout the entire week. So if you watch the Sunday chart analysis and look to see what price is doing right now, you'll see a lot of charts ended up going as projected. We had news yesterday. Gold ended up playing out during the news and after the news. US30 also ended up playing out. I'm not going to look at US30 today unless it does a big move because as you can see, it's been showing the bullish momentum, but it's been struggling to make a new higher high after it broke the all-time highs last week. And then after the GBP news, GJ and GU ended up going as projected as well. We got wicked out of GJ, but we had news at 7:30 and 7 a.m. yesterday. So when we go to Thursday, we can see that right here. We had 7 a.m. It was 7:30 news. It keeps on sometimes popping up and sometimes not, but there was 7:30 GBP news. But even if it wasn't 7:30 GBP news, it was 7 a.m. GBP news. When we go to the 7 a.m. candlestick, look what G did the exact move I was looking for. Right off the 7 a.m. candlestick, and then GJ did the same thing. Wicked this out, 7 a.m. Hit my level, shot to the upside, 7:30, broke past that point, and then 8:30. Price continued to push to the upside. And then last night, price then proceeded, as you can see, to do the exact move I was looking for again. So we're not going to touch GJ today because it made that all-time, well, not the all-time high, it made that higher high was talking about and the buy was looking for yesterday. But unless there's a big-ass retracement, we're not going to trade it, right? Just like I always tell y'all, when we have big moves happen, especially at the beginning of the London session, before New York session, we're more times than not going to see retracements. That's what we saw with GJ yesterday, GU yesterday. We saw that with gold, and we also saw that with US30 multiple times this week as well. So what we're going to be mainly paying attention to today is gold and GU. We're going to be looking for buys on both of these. GU, as long as we can maintain 33.55 support, we're going to look for buys. Right now, we're going to be looking to see if we can break above and maintain 33.75 as support. If so, we can look for buys from the 33.95, possibly up to 34.15. Gold, we're going to be looking for buys as well. With a nice little retracement, we're going to be looking to see if we can maintain 43.22 as support. If so, we can look for buys from the 43.38, possibly back into the all-time highs. And if it does reject this level, we could look for possible buys going to 43.04. I don't want to see it retrace that hard, but again, price has been really struggling to surpass the all-time highs this week. Right, we hit the all-time highs yesterday, but as you can see, we failed to maintain that level as support. So we're going to see if price is going to do that today. Let me try to fix my mic. I sound a little crazy. Let me try to fix that still. Give me 1 second. I'll try to fix my mic. Give me 1 second. Let me just. I can't even skip this ad. Let me skip this ad and then I'm gonna do that because I do sound a little crazy. Just trying to skip this damn ad. Nah, you're gonna watch 2 ads straight, buddy. All right, cool. All right, give me 1 second, y'all. All right, test, test, test. Let's see if this sounds better. Test, test, test. All right, sounds better. All right, so G just broke this level, so we're gonna looking to see if we can maintain this level as support, and then we're gonna be looking to see if gold can maintain this level as support right here. Again, if y'all got any questions, drop in the chat. When looking at charts, drop in the chat. But me personally, I'm mainly just be looking at gold and GU today. Get this off the screen. What's going on, Mr. Financial? Is this signal for gold buys? The signals are in the back end of advanced play signal. What the live streams are, if you're in the lives, I give y'all my projections, my trade ideas for the day. Sometimes we do take trades live. Like for example, yesterday we took a GJ setup live. Wednesday we took a gold setup live. Monday we took US30 buys live. Tuesday we took US30 buys live. Tuesday we took GBPUSD setups live. So we broke down this. Like for example, Wednesday I told you I was looking for US30 buys. Yesterday I told you I was looking for US30 buys, but they didn't play out till New York session. So do not be in these live streams if you're just simply just waiting for me to take a trade. That's not the entire point of the live stream. The live streams, I wanted to show y'all that I'm not just making shit up when I tell you we take these setups, but two, I'm showing y'all a realistic side of trading, because a lot of times whether you watch my trade breakdowns or these TikTok trade breakdowns, especially when they be emphasizing how they make X amount of dollars in 5 or 30 minutes, a lot of times people think a trade is supposed to take only 5 or 30 minutes. But what you don't understand is a trade that you enter and exit can take an hour easily, take 30 minutes easily. We do that all the time. But the entire process from opening up your computer, doing your analysis, waiting for your confirmations to be met, then entering the trade, then exiting the trade, that whole process is not going to take 5 minutes. That whole process is not going to take 30 minutes. So these live streams are to show y'all the realistic side of trading, different days, different market conditions, but also I'm giving y'all setups for the day if y'all pay attention, right? So not every day we take setups live, but we do take setups live when they are there, right? But a lot of times, even the setups we don't take live, they end up playing out by the end of the day. For example, we didn't take this gold setup live, but we told y'all to look for gold buys yesterday prior to the news and going into New York session, and it still played out. You see what I mean? So again, if you got any questions, drop in the chat, and I got y'all. You'll know if I'm in a trade because everything I do is for a reason. I purposely put my trade idea here instead of on the candles, right? Because if it's on the candles, I'm in a trade. If it's not on the candles, it's a trade idea. You see what I'm saying? Let's see what else we got going on here. So yeah, I'm liking how GU and gold's looking. We might jump in this in a second. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I'm liking this gold setup here. Again, even with it being December, and you know what I'm saying, a lot of ranging are probably struggling to make big moves. We're still up this month. We're still up for the quarter, still up for the year. And we're gonna tally all that stuff up in a second. But give me 1 second, y'all. I gotta do some stuff really quick. So give me 1 second. If y'all got any questions in the chat, drop them and I got y'all. When we look at any charts, drop them and I got y'all. Make sure to like the live and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. We're almost at 4,400 subscribers. We can get to that easily. So again, if GU can maintain 33.75 as support, we're going to be looking for buys going to 33.95. It's a little wicky, but I like this setup right here. I'm about to cut you to the chat in a second, but these are live charts, and I am looking for setups, so I gotta pay attention when it's at my levels, because as y'all know, the markets can move fast at times, right? You look away for a little bit, you might miss something. So give me 1 second. Making sure I'm not missing anything. All right, so we're gonna see if we can hold this level right here. All right, so let me come to the chat. Let's see what we got going on up in here. Do I think gold will move today? Yeah. I can see the comments. I can see the comments. Mr. Financial. So unless you just found me on YouTube today, hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal free Telegram. Right? Like I said, I think I deleted it, but I was saying it on the screen earlier. Hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal free Telegram. When you hit that first link in the description, join the free signal free Telegram, you can use discount code holidays for 33% off. Then you click this link right here. When you click that link, that's going to pop up, and you can either use that discount for monthly, yearly, or lifetime subsidy, right? So if you click that link in the bio and click these links, all the prices will show up. It also tells you what everything comes with. You can also ask me questions of what it comes with. If you watch any of my YouTube videos, the last 3.5 minutes, I go over all the details of my products and services and take you behind the scenes. All right. So unless you just found me when I started this live, you guys got to explore the stuff. I get questions like that all the time. Don't take it personally, but again, I have a bunch of people hit me up every day, so that's why I do the things the way I do it, right? But a lot of the answers you're looking for, they're right there for you, right? So again, use discount code holidays for 33% off. And I do see the comments, but like I said, these are live markets, so I'm paying attention to the charts. And especially with my mid sentence, I'm going to explain what I'm explaining so y'all can know what I'm looking at. Then I catch it to the comments. You get what I'm saying? But I do see the comments, and I'm not ignoring anybody, but it's a process. It's a process. We're going to see if we can hold this level of support right here, and we're looking to see if GU is going to retest support. Got a new 5-minute about to come up. Let's see what else we got going on. Cameron, I did see the thumbnail. Yeah, but the reason why we're not touching GJ is because the thing's already flying. And again, when it does a big move like this, especially just Tokyo session alone, we might see a retracement take place. So unless there's a big ass retracement, I'm just gonna leave GJ alone for the day. So again, I'm mainly paying attention to gold and GU, but like always, you guys got any questions, y'all can drop them in the chat, and I got y'all. Let's see what else we got going on. What's going on? What's going on, Tech? You want to know about GJ? We can talk about GJ. Well, GJ, like I said, I'm not reading that app. What you have to understand is that right now we're on the daily time frame. So let's just go into the naked chart so y'all can see this a lot clearer. All right, so let's go into the naked chart so y'all can see this a lot. So this is GJ right now. GJ, and we're just 25 minutes into this. GJ did all of this before lemon session, and all this before lemon session. If you look at yesterday's move, this is already way bigger than the move yesterday. This is bigger than the move Tuesday. This is bigger than the move Tuesday. This is bigger than the move Monday. Move Tuesday last week. Bigger than the move Monday last week. Bigger than this higher high. It's about the same size as this higher high. So when we see a big move like this already being made, and this is how price ended the day, this is how price ended yesterday, ended Wednesday, ended Tuesday, ended Monday. What you have to understand is we're either going to see one, a normally large candlestick form, or two, we're going to see price retrace or consolidate, right? Like we saw right here, right? Like we saw yesterday take place, right? Like we saw with multiple times this week. And that's why I'm not trading GJ. Even if I was to go for buys at this point, I'm either going to get caught in a huge ass retracement, or I'm going to get stuck in Chop City. And for example, with gold. Gold did a big ass move for the day, and everybody was looking for the part that tried to go for buys, got caught in the reversal, and what did price do after reverse right back to our entry? Consolidated for the rest of the day. You see what I'm saying? So that's what's going on with GJ. So I'll personally not trade GJ, even if GJ is your favorite chart. I have favorite charts as well, but if the market is showing me that it's not a good setup, you have two options. You either take a shitty setup, or you go for another chart that has a cleaner setup, or you don't trade for it. Right? That's why I look at multiple charts, because when you understand how to read the charts, you can trade anything you want. So all I'm really looking at paying attention to is what charts have the cleanest market structure. That's why I said today I'm only going to be trading. We just hit two numbers. I'm only going to be trading gold and GU at the moment. But that's what's going on with GJ. Let me let the folks know just hit 2 people on. Looking to see if G is going to hold this level. All right, let's see what else we got going on. And my audio gets funky, let me know, because I do not have my AirPods in right now. So if my audio does get funky with my mic, let me know and I'll fix that. If it does come back down, you can look for possible buys. So that's what we're looking for. So if it doesn't retrace during London session, it might retrace during New York session. So if it does retrace, you can look for buys. But as of right now, I wouldn't really look for buys. That's why I didn't even bother marking levels, because unless it doesn't retrace, I'm not really looking for buys. Right? The buys I would have took, I clicked out last night. As you can see, Tokyo session, you see 10 o'clock, and we had 2 a.m. GBP news, and then the 2 a.m. GBP news helped push price even further. As you see, this was 2 a.m. candlestick again. We're in the uptrend. What's scary about the news, pushing price to the upside when we're in the uptrend. If y'all haven't watched any of the news lives or any of the days where we had news days and watched the session lives, you need to watch that. You need to watch yesterday's live. You need to watch Tuesday's live. You need to see that price played out today and today's live. Right? So the news is not scary. It's just scary to people that don't know what the fuck's going on. All right, so we're about to see what the hit between gold. We're going to talk about gold right now. We're about to see if pops up. GBPUSD. I'm thinking of buying your mentorship. Can you tell us how much you made? Let me see what you said. I'm thinking of buying your mentorship. Can you tell us how much you made monthly? So this is something you have to understand. There's two types of traders in the trading. There's those that have shitty win rates, so they have to flex their profits and lifestyle. And then there's those that actually make money. And again, I don't know where you're from, right? I don't know where you're from, but where I'm from, when you start to make money, the last thing you do is tell the world. 1, because haters exist. 2, the IRS exists. And 3, I don't want people knowing my business, right? So when you see people that strictly 80%, if not more of their content is how I made 5K in 30 minutes, 30K in an hour, whatever, or they're showing cars and their lifestyle, and the time they do post quote unquote educational content, it's the same shit you hear every single day, that is a red flag. That is why I go live, right? Because I have 2 options as a trader to show my credibility. I either have y'all pocket watch me, or I do what I do, which is I go live every day. I give daily analysis exactly that plays out every day, and I show receipts. So again, if you're thinking about doing my mentorship, that means you must have seen that something's being correct. Like again, all this week I've been giving accurate plays and analysis, literally every single day, Monday through Friday. Telegram. At the beginning of the week, everything that's play out. I told you exactly what to look for. You see what I'm saying? So what you should be also asking is not how much I make, but what is my win rate and what are the RRs to the trades? Because let's just do some simple math. Actually, let me put you back on the screen, right? Because this is what you'll have to understand. What I make is not going to be what you make. What you make is not going to be what I make. So you knowing how much I make does not prove anything, because what you have to understand, you can only make what you can afford to risk. So let's do a quick exercise, right? Let's do a quick exercise. Let's say we have somebody with a $100 account, then we have somebody with a $10,000 account, and then let's say we have somebody with a $1,000 account, right? So $100, $1,000, $10,000 account. So the $100 account, let's say they made 5%. That's $5, right? So then let's say the trader number two has $1,000 account and they made 5%, $50, right? And let's say they trade with a $10,000 account, made 5%, $500, right? Let's go even a step further. Let's say they have $100,000 account. This is trader number four, only 5%, which is $5,000. So let me ask you this: who made more money? Trader number one, trader number two, trader number three, or trader number four? Who made the more money? The one with the $100 account, the 1K account, 10K account, $100,000 account. Let me know. Come back to that. Let's see what else we got going on here. But while I answer this question, let me show you. Actually, again, that's why I tell y'all to go into the intelligence. Not only can you see how we do on a weekly, monthly, and quarterly basis, but you can see that we've been doing this shit since 2022. But let's hold that thought because a new 15 did just pop up. So make sure nothing's happening. All right, cool. Let me see what gold's doing. It's pushing. So we're at TP2 on gold. We're going to be seeing if we can hit TP. I mean, we're at TP1 on gold. We're going to be seeing if we can hit TP2. We're almost at TP2 on gold right now. So we've been doing this since 2022, average 80s and 90% win rates. Let's see how we've done recently. So 5-2 this week, 5-3 last week. Again, let me know in the comments who made more money. Trader number one with trader number two with the 1K account, trader number three with the 10K, or trader number four with 8-0 the week before that, and 7-0 the week prior. Last month, we did 27 wins, 3 losses, 90% win rate. The month before that, in October, 4 losses, 88% win rate. Quarter 3, last 2 August 2022, 63, and the quarter 67 was 100% win rate. Quarter 2, from Telegram, y'all can see all this yourself. First link in the description. April 16, June 17, 4, 52 and 6. So what y'all have to start asking these traders is not how much they made, is what is their win rate and what is their risk rewards. Because the win rate and risk reward is what's important. How much you make simply only is based on how much you can afford to risk. How much you can afford to risk is based on your account size. This is also why I said make sure to follow my Instagram and TikTok, because I post videos talking about this shit all the time. I actually just dropped a video like yesterday or a week ago talking about this. What you have to understand is that you have to think percentages, not numbers. I get questions all the time. Wait, how can I make 1K a week? How can I make 5K a month? My first question is, what is your account size? Because you can only make what your account can handle. So let's see if y'all answer the question in the chat. My mic is funky. Is it still funky? My mic's still funky. Test. It is funky. Let me try to fix this. It's only like this when I freaking stream, so I don't know why it does. Hold on a second. Let me try to fix this. Test. Test. Hold on one second. Let me try to fix this really quick. Test. Again, I don't know why it does this. It literally only does this when I live stream. This is the same mic I use for everything else. But let me see if I can fix this. All right, it sounds a little bit better. I'm just gonna have to keep my AirPods in. So what I was saying basically was with the account size, right? So let's go back to the calculator. Yeah, it's literally the stream. Hold on one second. Let me try to. All right, we sound a little bit better. So let's do this exercise. Let's say there's 4 traders. Trader number 1 has a $100 account. Trader number 2 has a 1K account. Trader number 3 has a $100,000 account. I mean, $10,000 account. Trader number 4 has a $100,000 account. Let's say trader number 4 made 5%. It made 5,000. Trader number 3 with the $10,000 account made 5%, which is $500. Trader number 2 with the 1K account made 5%, which is $50. Trader number one with a $100 account made 5%. So let me ask you, who made the most money? Trader number one with the $100 account, trader number two with the 1K account, trader number three with the 10K, or trader number four with the 100K? Let me know in the chat who made the most money, trader number one, two, or three. All right. And what I was saying is, y'all be asking the wrong questions. Traders that be posting online that 80% of their content is them showing them making money, especially when they emphasize, oh, I made this in 5 minutes, 30 minutes. And then when they actually do give quote unquote educational content, but it's the same shit you hear every day, that is a red flag. Those are marketers. Because when you actually start to make money, the last thing you want to do, at least where I'm from, is tell the whole world what you're making. Because there's one, there's haters, there's pocket watchers, and number three, there's a thing called the IRS and taxes. So why, if you're making hella money, would you start reporting and documenting to the world that you're making hella money? That makes zero sense, right? So what you have to start asking people is, what is your win rate? What is your average risk reward per trade? Because you can only make what your account can handle. What I make is not what you're going to make. What you make is not what I'm going to make. You see what I'm saying? So that's why every time I post a trade recap, I'm talking about how many pips or points was caught in the risk reward. Because no matter what your account size is, 60 pips is 60 pips. 50 points is 50 points. A 1 to 5 RR is a 1 to 5 RR. A 1 to 3 RR is a 1 to 3 RR. So you have to start asking the right questions, because again, what I make is not what you make. So what I was showing earlier was how we've been doing on a weekly, monthly, and quarterly basis. We had a 90% win rate quarter one, 90% win rate quarter two, 89% win rate quarter three, and we went 30 and 4 October, 27 3 last month, and we've only lost not too many trades this week or this month as well. Win rate and RR is what matters. You can only make what your account can handle. You can only make what you can afford to risk. So we're still chilling in profit on gold. We barely missed TP2. Let's see who can hit TP2. We got a new 5 minute about to pop up. Well, let's get back into it. So again, who made the most money? We got 7 people in the chat. I know not everybody's working right now. Who made more money? Trader number 1, trader number 2, trader number 3, or trader number 4? And new to trading and want to learn? All right, ask questions and I got you. I'm thinking about your mentorship. I already answered the question. Did you just come in with a second account asking the same question? Or did 2 people just ask the same question at the same time? Interesting. But I already answered that question, right? So again, you said, what platform do you use and what broker do you use? If you're brand new to trading, the last thing you need to worry about is a broker. I know that sounds funny, but I'm trying to save you from losing money. Anything you're brand new to, you're bound to make mistakes. The only difference with trading is those mistakes will cost you, literally. So the first thing you need to worry about is how to read the charts. Because if you don't know how to read the charts, it doesn't matter how much money you put into a broker, you're not going to be able to trade effectively. So the first thing you need to, this is what you need to watch. You need to watch this video right here. All right? And again, y'all, I apologize. Like, I don't know what it is with the live stream. I don't think it's StreamYard. It's not my mic. It's literally just when I live stream, the mic sounds funky. But if it does get funky again, just let me know. I'll try to fix it. But if y'all been here, I've had this issue for a long time. It's literally just when I stream. I don't know what it is. I bought like 4 different mics and it's still be bugging out. But let me put this video. So for the one in the message right now, you need to watch this video right here. I'm going to put it in the chat. Hold on one second. All right. So this video is for you. All right. This is exactly everything you need to learn, steps you need to take, and all that good stuff. So gold is pushing. We just hit almost hit TP3. Let me let the members know. Let me know if you're in this trade with me as well. Again, we entered this trade at the beginning of the live. We broke this down at the beginning of the live. So let me know if y'all in this trade with me. But we just hit TP2 in this bad boy. All right, so the video I just dropped in the comments, that video is for you. All right, so again, do not worry about a broker if you're brand new to trading, because you're going to be tempted to start trading. And if you're tempted to start trading, especially when you're brand new, you're going to just throw money stack. Let's see what we got going on. So you can enter a New York session. I'm in the trade now, my boy. I'm in the trade now. I trade London and New York session. You can also trade Tokyo session, but I personally trade London and New York. My mic is bugging out. Let me try to fix this. I'm trying to fix this mic because me talking ain't working with nobody if y'all can't hear what the fuck I'm talking about. Literally this damn why. So we just hit TP3 on this bad boy. Cool. All right, cool. Let's go back to GU really quick. All right, so we're still looking for a retest on GU. All right, so let's see what else we got going on here. You said noise suppression. How would I fix noise? Let me see. Let me see if I can find that. Give me one second. I'm about to look into that. You know what? AED, Elemental P, whatever your name is, you might be onto something. You might be onto something. I think I just found it. I'm gonna have to figure this out. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. I think I just figured out what's going on. I think you might have just helped me figure out what the fuck is going on. All right, test. I think we might have just figured it out, y'all. Yeah, shout out to you. Cause you just helped me out there. The 3 years I've been streaming, you just helped me figure some shit out. All right. You just help me figure some shit out. All right, so now I know you are a troll. So guess what? You are trolling. So now you're about to get the fuck out of here. I don't know what's wrong with y'all trolls. It's like you're about to get put out of here. Let's see. Hide user from channel. There we go. You're out of here. I don't know what's fucking wrong with y'all people. But anyway, so the mic sounds better though. That was the issue. You just helped me out there, so I appreciate that. Alright, cool. Yeah, I kicked them out because this motherfucker doing dumb shit. Oh, so are you the same person? Do you want to get kicked out too? Because y'all obviously saw I was putting y'all's questions on the chat, and y'all saw the audio was fucked up, but then you're saying I wasn't answering questions. And he's the same dude asking the question, but yet he was talking about this guy's asking questions all live. I feel bad for him when he's the one asking questions. Like y'all got to get somebody else with that shit. Y'all got to get somebody else with that dumb shit. All right, y'all got to get somebody else with that dumb shit. But those that just joined the live, we're currently in gold. We hit TP2 on gold. We barely missed TP3. And they were looking at a possible GU buy, but GU rejected this level. But we are in profit on this. Oh, whoops, what'd I just do? There we go. Like, cause I had people do that. Like, I remember, like, I literally, like 2 months ago, I had this loser comment under my page, lying about me, and then he made another account to comment under his comment, but he forgot to change his YouTube name. So there was 3 different Johns replying to each other, acting like they were different people. So I'm like, so I just coincidentally had 3 different students named John that had bad experiences. So that's why I got him out, because I don't do that trolling shit over here. I don't do that trolling shit. Because one thing I take seriously is my name and what I do, right? You're not going to discredit what I do. You're not going to discredit my name. That's also why I have receipts all over the place, so it's literally impossible to debunk what I do and what I say. I go live every day. If you think I make up the trades I take, you either didn't watch the live streams or just want to believe that I'm a liar, right? That's why I say everything's recorded, documented, and dated. And I always say go to the free Telegram so you can see the receipts for yourselves. So I'll use trolls as an example, but I don't entertain trolls and dumb shit like that. But the mic does sound better, so I think that was the issue. So whether you're on the second account trolling with them or not, shout out to you for helping me out with that shit though. But again, y'all, make sure you use the discount code holidays for 33% off. The sale, it will be ending very soon, probably at the end of the month. So make sure to take advantage of that sale. We're currently in this gold position. We hit TP2, almost hit TP3. We're chilling and pushing. And then we're looking for a possible GU buy here as well. Again, I'm not personally going to trade US30 or GJ today, simply because the market structure, GJ already did all the moves I was looking for the day. So it's probably going to retrace the New York session, or it's just going to continue to fly. But I'm just going to let it do its thing because it already did a big ass move for the day. Let's see if we can hit this next TP right here. If y'all got any questions, drop in the chat. When we're looking at any charts, drop in the chat. And I got y'all. Man, I can't believe. I used to look up so much shit on YouTube. They were like, oh, check your frequency or check this and that. I bought like 4 different mics. I'm like, why does my shit only bug out when I live stream? And 3 years going on, almost 4 years, we finally figured it out. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all, but we're gonna keep it pushing. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, y'all. Y'all see it scrolling at the bottom of y'all screens. Instagram Playmaker_Way, TikTok _Playmaker_Way_. Post daily on both pages. Shout out to those that was in the TikTok live yesterday or any of the TikTok lives this week as well. We had a good live yesterday. Alright. And say, can I increase my mic volume? I can, but I also turn down this music a little bit, especially because I just changed the audio. Let's see what else we got going on here. All right, so we got a new 15 about to pop up in about a 3.5 minutes. So we're gonna be looking to see if GU can reattempt to maintain this level of support right here. Again, we're gonna see if GU can maintain 33.75 as support. If we hold 33.75 as support, we can look for continued buys going to 33.95. That's what we're looking at right here. If y'all got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we look at any chart, drop them in the chat. But you already know the drill. We're just chilling, patiently waiting. Well, I wasn't talking. I just had the music. Like, I don't. Again, unless you're first, if this is your first time on this live, I'm not talking the entire live stream. Like, I'll answer questions, I'll say what we're looking for, but then after that, we just got to wait and watch. You know, that's why I got the music playing. Like, I'm not talking the entire live stream unless there's something to talk about or if I'm answering questions. You know what I mean? Like, we already explained the market conditions. We're in profit on gold. We explained what we're looking for on gold. That's why I just unmuted myself to give you an update on G and what we're looking for. But yeah, I'm not one of those streamers that just, unless it's the TikTok lives where I'm actually teaching and shit. These live streams, like I said, this is the live trading live stream. So I'm just sitting back, relaxing. I'm telling y'all what I'm looking at. I'm voicing what I'm looking at, what I'm looking for, and then I'll answer y'all's questions. But besides that, it's literally just that simple. We're just waiting for price to meet our confirmations. We take the setup and all that good stuff. So if you got any questions, drop them in the chat and I got you. If you got questions, drop them in the chat and I got you. What's going on, Johnny? If you're saying playmaker as in like when I tell you on Instagram and TikTok to comment playmaker, you gotta comment it on Instagram or TikTok. So you see my Instagram and TikTok scrolling underneath your name, Instagram playmaker underscore way, TikTok underscore playmaker way underscore. Comment that or DM me that, and I'll send you the 3-step checklist. Or if you're just saying what's up, what's up. Alright, we got a new hour about to pop up. Let's see what this next hour looks like. Sure, we're chilling right now. Alright, y'all. So again, there is no news today, if I'm not mistaken. Let's just double check and confirm. But I'm pretty sure there's no news today. Yeah, so there's no news today, y'all. So we're simply just waiting for volume and our confirmations to be met. We hit TP2 on gold. It's retracing back. We're still chilling at TP1, but we barely missed TP3. So again, if gold can maintain 43.22 as support, we're gonna be looking for buys. Of course, you want to be notified of the signals. You know what to do. Link in the description. GU, we're gonna be bullish as long as we can maintain 33.55 as support. So what we're looking for now, is to see if we can break above and maintain 33.75 as support. If so, we can look for buys going to 33.95, pops up to 34.15. Not looking at GJ because even though my mic was fucked, I explained that earlier, but basically, long story short, like I always talk about, we have a big ass move that took place and we're just an hour into London session. So by the time New York session comes into play, we're either going to see what price is doing right now, which is a retracement, or we're going to see a consolidation take place just like how we saw yesterday. And like how we saw with gold yesterday, right? We had the big ass move happen, then we had the retracement, and the price consolidated the rest of the day, right? Just the same thing like with US30, we've been seeing the past couple days as well. So I'm mainly going to be paying attention to gold and GU today. Obviously, depending on what happens between now and 8 a.m., 9:30, that could change. And if that does change, members, you already know I'm going to drop the New York price watch list for y'all. Got a new video dropping for y'all on YouTube, a long form video to end off the week right. So make sure to be on the lookout for that. And make sure to have y'all's notifications on because, again, YouTube and Instagram is different from TikTok. TikTok pushes it out. No, so YouTube and Instagram is a little bit weird. Like, they don't really push it out to the subscribers. That, or y'all just be skipping my shit. Or if y'all just skipping my videos, let me know. But I'm gonna assume, or I'm gonna give y'all the benefit of the doubt, y'all ain't just skipping my videos and ain't pushing y'all shit out, right? But with TikTok is a little bit different. So I gotta have y'all's noties on. But I also start doing my part and letting y'all know when the video does just drop. But yeah, so I got a new video dropping for y'all today. Make sure to be on the lookout for that. But yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. Caught a nice move. Again, if y'all took this trade, you don't understand what's happening, the last thing you want to do is just hold a trade just to hold a trade. If you're comfortable with your profits, get yourself wicked out. Or members, like always, hold the SRTB gets hip. Shout out to everybody in the live. Shout out to everybody's been alive since the beginning. Shout out to everybody's been alive since y'all joined. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join a free signal, free Telegram. We've been going absolutely crazy on gold this week, US30 this week, as well as GU and GJ this week. If you're interested in learning how to identify these levels, my signal service or mentorship programs, y'all already know what to do. Click those links in the description. You watch the last 3.5 minutes of any of my YouTube videos. I go over all those details and take you behind the scenes. But also, click that link in the description, or when you join the free signal for Telegram, use discount code holidays for 33% off. Then click that link. But you read any of these, it tells you all the details. But like always, you want to contact me directly. You can DM me on Instagram or Telegram, or even TikTok. I respond to all messages. But yeah, so we're gonna see what gold does going into New York session, and then we're gonna see what GU and gold do going into New York session as well. And yeah, we're gonna just wrap this week off right. All right, so again, next week it's gonna be a little bit interesting, but we'll talk about that in the Sunday chart analysis next week. But like I always tell y'all, do not waste the weekend, especially if you're not profitable or you're just starting to see profitability. Do not waste this weekend. Review your trades, winners and losers. Don't just say this is a win. Don't just say this is a loss. See what price did after the trade hit SLRTP. See what you did before the trade you entered. See, was I right to go for buys? Did I break my rules? Was I going with the floor price? You have to narrow down what is going right and what's going wrong. That's the only way you're going to improve when it comes to this trading game. But yeah, so GU is pushing up, so we're going to be looking to see if GU can hold this low as support here. I'm still going to be on the charts, but y'all know I don't be on my computer, on my desk all day. I literally just be on the charts when I'm doing like live streams, making videos, or doing one-on-one sessions. But that's the beautiful thing about trading, right? When you actually know what's going on, what you're doing, you don't have to be on the computer all day. You just set your alerts, like you see my alerts here and my alerts here, and just like you saw how GU alerted me. And then once you get that alert, you get a notification on your computer, you get a text on your phone, and then that's when you want to hop on the charts. So that avoids the whole hours of staring at the charts. Because back in the day, you might have had to stay on the charts for hours, but there's alerts and shit now. You know, it's about to be 2026. Like, we don't got to do that shit no more. All right, y'all. But yeah, I appreciate y'all tuning in, and shout out to you that helped me figure out the mic issue. So now I'm going to remember that. I'm going to try to tweak a few things as well to try to make it extra crisp and all that good stuff. But yeah, so we're about to see how gold plays out and how GU plays out right here.